How's it going? Today, I'm on location at Club Champion to talk about getting a professional club fitting and how it can really improve your game. All right, so I'm going to be meeting with Drew here at Club Champion in Hartford, and we're going to go through the process so you guys can see what's involved here. A better club fit for you is going to make a ton of differences, and Drew's going to talk about a little bit about that and the process that goes on. All right.
All right. First thing we're going to do here, Tom, is we're going to get some numbers with the current club you have going on. So in any club fitting, we need to understand the current problem so that we can assess and start to come up with a better solution. So before anything else, I'm going to have you hit a few shots with your 6-iron here. And then from there, we're going to talk through what we're seeing numbers-wise.
All right. Now, why is it a 6-iron?
6-iron because 6 or 7 is going to give us the best data as far as what's going to set up well for the rest of the set. A lot of places use 7. We like to use a 6-iron just because that's where people start to feel a little bit uncomfortable. So if you can hit the 6-iron well, you should be able to hit the 5 and the 4-iron wells too.
All right. I'll hit a couple real quick.
Absolutely.
So you're going to gather the data from these and then compare it to the fittings that we're doing? Okay.
Exactly. Perfect.
All right.
All right. So, Tom, now that we got a few shots of yours, we're going to talk through some of the numbers that we're seeing up on the screen.
Okay.
But pretty much here, whenever we're talking through these numbers, my goal is to come up with a game plan of what improvement looks like for you. So, very quickly, we'll kind of brief through some of these variables that we're seeing here. But first and foremost, main goal as a club fitter is find the right shaft for you. So when we're looking at shaft, there's going to be 3 key numbers: club head speed, which is your input; ball speed, which is your output; and smash factor, which is our efficiency rating.
Okay.
So all said and done, our input's going to stay right about the same today. From there, I need to maximize your output and maximize your efficiency. So with that being said, we're swinging 187, ball's coming off at 115, and we're seeing 1.32 for our smash factor. Now, PGA Tour guys, they're averaging about 1.38, so our goal is going to be to get you as close to that as possible.
Okay.
So first thing there, get more ball speed, increase that efficiency. Now, after that point, what am I noticing from some of the rest of the variables that we see here? Right now, spin rate is at 4,400. We're launching at 17 with an 82-foot apex, a 43-degree landing angle, and then we're seeing it carry about 166 yards in the air. So with that being said, biggest thing that stands out to me is that our descent angle is coming in a little bit on the lower side. So ideally, I want to see that 43 number, somewhere between 45 and 50 with a 6-iron.
Okay.
That's going to give us really, really good stopping power, especially when you go outside and you play firm courses. Right now we're getting into the winter season. So, as we're playing our final rounds of the year, we want to make sure you're still playing good golf. So for our sake, we either need to do one of 3 things. We either need to add more spin, get a little extra launch, or create more ball speed. All 3 of those are going to influence that total height and then that descent angle coming down. If we can do a lot of the rest of the stuff in the same way, but start to get that height creeping up a little bit and get that landing angle coming up, that's going to be the perfect sweet spot for you.
Excellent. Now, question, you talked about the shaft, and
Yeah.
obviously I know that the shaft is very important. Do you guys do fittings where if somebody really likes their existing heads and you can just put a new shaft on their club?
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's because I've heard that the head can make a difference, but if you really like yours, then you can keep it, but you can try out different shafts. And want to get into how we try out the shafts?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so I'm not even looking at what club head I've got on here because I know coming in here, you really want to have no preconceived notions because,
Absolutely.
No brand loyalty because whatever works, right?
Absolutely. Yep. We're agnostic here, so no particular bias. Just want whatever's best in your hands.
All right. That felt nice.
Yeah, great start there.
All right. Better swing.
Perfect.
All right.
All right, so first combination that we put in your hands here, obviously it's a updated version of your club head. We carry the current product models for, each of the manufacturers, so just had to move you up to the newer iteration of it.
Yep.
And then got a slightly different shaft in your hands here. So this is intended to help us get a little extra launch on that golf ball. So that's why I pulled this one in particular. But
Okay.
with that being said, right off the bat, we gained a little bit of ball speed, 116 miles per hour. So we're up about 2 miles per hour there. Smash factor went up to 1.35. When we're looking at spin rate, that stayed pretty constant, right about that 4,400. Our launch angle stayed right about the same too. But as you can see, even with having one in that mix where it flew a little bit lower, we picked up a little bit of height already, and our landing angle increased a little bit. So
Okay.
there, we're moving in the right direction.
Okay.
It's just we got to keep trying some more things.
So as you go through and you're fitting somebody, you're looking at different shafts, all the characteristics of the shaft, try them out for a couple swings and then see, and you adjust from there.
Absolutely. So anything you come into is going to be shaft focused first.
Yep.
Once we go through a few different shaft options and figure out that right setup for you, that's when we start moving to the club head. But, whenever I hand you some sort of different combination, that's where, I want you to trust me in the fact that I'm grabbing things that I'm thinking are going to work for you.
Yeah.
Obviously sometimes they don't work out, and that's perfectly okay. That's when we move on to the next shaft.
Excellent. And it's funny, I actually brought in one of my customers for a fitting one time.
Yeah.
And he gets up and he was hitting his own club, going all over the place. And he's like, well, we're not going to fix that. He was thinking it's only going to get him more distance or something. And within a few shafts, head combinations, all of a sudden he's hitting everything within like a 10-yard dispersion.
Absolutely.
So really can make a difference.
Yeah, that's the goal. If we can lay a beach towel out there and hit it time after time, that's going to make our lives a lot easier when we're out on the golf course.
And so how long does an average fitting take?
Yeah, so when we're looking at iron fittings in particular, what we're working on here today, we set up an hour and a half of time. A lot of times we can get through it a little bit quicker than that. So that leaves us some extra time to, check out some other problem points in the bag if we need to.
Excellent.
With that being said, our full bag fittings are 3 hours. So, there we can go through the full thing in about 3 hours, or, we can split it up into different sections, do irons, do driver, do wedges, do putter, do them all separate. So completely up to you as the consumer.
Yeah, there's no commitment to anything. You can come in, get your fitting, and then decide if you do a full bag fitting, you don't have to get a full bag, right? You can just
Absolutely
pick and choose. And you guys also do club adjustments, right?
Yeah.
So, because I had the experience where I came in to get a driver fitting, and my fitter, who was here before, he came up with a shaft and a head combination, and I was like, all of a sudden I start hitting it, and I'm hitting him down the middle.
Yeah.
And he said, all I did was give you a little bit of a shorter shaft. So he was able to cut my shaft down, and it cost almost nothing.
Yeah.
But it changed my game tremendously. So I think coming in to get a club fitting, finding out what you're doing and finding out the characteristics like Drew's showing here that, can change in your swing and get you a better landing, like me coming in a little bit steeper, getting the ball to land soft, especially this time of year when those greens are getting harder. I think you can really, really improve your game. And I think it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, very much so.
All right. Awesome. So we're going to go on and I'm going to hit a couple more shafts here and we'll see how things work out. And I'll check back in with you guys at the end of the video. Well, that was an awesome fitting. I really recommend you guys go in for a fitting to improve your game. Like I said, if you really like your club head, the shaft can really make a difference. But go in with an open mind. Hit some new clubs. Try out your 3-wood, your driver, putter. The putter fitting is amazing. I did a putter fitting with my lab putter. Changed my whole putting game. So highly recommend it. Club Champion. If there's one near you, go over there. Tell them Tom Delaney sent you from Oakwood Virtual Golf, and they'll hook you up.